Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing my review for Attack on Titan Season 2, Episode 12. The last episode until Season 3, guys. Until 2018, where we get Season 3, guys. Because it's been confirmed. And I guess I should start off just by giving my overall thoughts on this season. What was Attack on Titan Season 2 worth the wait or not with these 12 episodes? Honestly, I'd say yes. Very much yes, because here's the thing. Even though it was only 12 episodes, there was just a lot of stuff. There's just a lot of a lot of stuff revealed in this particular season. Just a lot that I think was moving the story forward. Like we weren't just. It wasn't just like the flaw I think of season one. Of course, for me, is that a lot of it was just focused on fighting titans and nothing more. But I feel that with season two, it's actually helping in order. Season two actually helped in order to move the story forward. It helped give us more and it helped a lot with the world building as well. Like I'm still standing by that whole belief that right now. I'm not sure if it's going to be season three or whatnot, but I do feel at some point that we are going to get that there is going to be more whole reveals that is going to go beyond the walls. Like we are going to get more. There is going to be more stuff going on beyond the walls, honestly. But yeah, like in the sense of like world building and just overall, just world building and even just moving the story forward, I feel that season two has just been an amazing ride, even if it was only 12 episodes. Now, granted, with that, my I do have concerns about season three because if season three is only going to be 12 episodes, I feel it isn't going to be as popular as season two because the thing about season three is that if it is only 12 episodes, it's going to be focusing on some content that the people didn't really find all that what wasn't really popular with the readers and whatnot of the manga and whatnot, but I personally liked the material that they're going to cover in season three, but I know a lot of people aren't going to like it, but hopefully that isn't the case. Now that I've gotten those thoughts out of the way, let's get into this episode as a whole. Um, right off the bat, Erwin, the dude had fucking one arm, and he was still a total badass. Like, in one degree, it was funny that he was still like just there with one arm, but at the same time, it's just a total badass that he can keep going with just one arm. Honestly, um, and another thing I found while watching this episode is that I feel his Historia and Irwin. Actually, I want to talk about those two. Historia and Irwin. Those two were the badasses of the episode. Irwin because he kept going even with one arm. Like I'm not sure what Irwin Irwin has this whole belief that Aaron is the key to it all, and of course we get it revealed in this episode why that is. But it makes me wonder if Irwin knew all the time as to what Aaron's power was or not, because he does even before all this was revealed. Aaron still had this whole belief that Aaron was basically the key to was the key to discovering the truth about the Titans and the truth about the walls and whatnot. So it makes me wonder exactly how deep Irwin's knowledge is, and as far as like how much he knows, because I get the feeling he knows a lot more than he's letting on, honestly. But yeah, and his story, of course, like his story has been kind of on the back burner a bit in this episode, even after her whole reveal of her true name was revealed in this episode. But at that moment, when she was talking to Ymir and said, "Look, we at this point we just have to live we have to live in order to survive on our own. We of course can't I don't think we can afford to be distracted in order to help each other," which in a sad way is kind of true for reality as a whole. Like we as a human beings, sometimes we do kind of do what we can in order to preserve our own selves. Honestly, like a good chunk of the time, we don't even think about trying to save other people. We just kind of we step over others in order to survive a lot of the times. I think that's the case in a lot of war, of course, too. But I wouldn't know on that. I've never been a soldier, so I can't. But from what I've heard, it is true though in a way. Um, another thing about this episode is that I think I could be wrong, but I think there was a bit of filler in this episode because correct me if I'm wrong, but I in this episode, of course, Hannes dies at the Hannes dies and he's eaten by basically the smiling titan, and just the symbolism and the contrast between how Aaron's mother died and how Hannes died, that's just amazing. But yeah, I feel there was a bit of filler in that whole particular scene because I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, even though I've read the manga, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember Hannes lasting that long against the Smiling Titan before he was eaten. But in a way, it is good filler because if that is the case and Hannes did in fact die, actually, if Hannes did actually die a lot sooner in the manga, then I think then I think I like the anime version a little more because it did a lot more of kind of just it added a lot more to his death to me because it just shows he didn't go out just like a pussy. He actually did fight. He actually he was doing shit even before he got devoured. So yeah, in as far as which I guess as far as which if that is the case and both particular scenes are different, I think I prefer the anime version of Hannes getting devoured by the Smiling Titan more than I do the manga, honestly. But yeah. Also, and like I said, his Historia was of course one of the stars of this episode, who was telling Ymir to in order to live in order to live for herself and not worry about her anymore, and Ymir, in a way, just she of course decided to make that decision. She of course said her final goodbye to Historia by, I guess, rubbing her hair and whatnot, and she took off with Reiner and Bertolt. So yeah, in a way, she was kind of being that sacrificial pawn because even she said it that she didn't want them leaving empty-handed. That she was willing to, and if she was gonna, if the end result is her sacrificing herself, then then she's okay with that as long as that they as long as they don't end up coming back empty-handed. So going back to their homeland or whatever empty-handed. So in a way, it is fucked up, but it is a noble sacrifice, honestly. And I've seen the manga, guys, so I won't spoil it. But let's just say that whole line about her being a sacrificial pawn or her being a sacrifice or whatnot, it holds a little more truth than you know. Um, and another thing about another thing I really enjoy about this episode is okay. And another thing about this episode is in this episode it's revealed that Eren has a power called the Coordinate, which can seemingly control Titans, as we see when he basically punched the Smiling Titan and knocked it back with just a fist in his human form, mind you, and he controlled all the Titans and he was able to unconsciously sub and he was unknowingly able to control all the other Titans in order to eat the Smiling Titan and to slow Reiner down. And again, I won't spoil anything because I read the manga, but looking back on it now, I realize exactly how hacks as fuck that power is. Like, seriously, being able to control Titans, I can totally understand now as to why everyone wants to get their hands on Eren. Like I wouldn't if Reiner and Bertolt ever got a hold of Eren. I think what they would probably end up doing is they would probably end up feeding. Like, I get the feeling that there are more Titan shifters out there, and I get the feeling what would happen is that more Titans and Titan shifters out there. And if what happened to Ymir is correct, I get the feeling what would happen is that they would, if they ever got a hold of Eren, they'd feed Eren feed Eren to a Titan, and that Titan would absorb Eren's, I guess, Titan shifter powers. And I think it's just a whole thing where they want the coordinate of in the hands of one of their comrades, kind of thing. So yeah, they would feed it to a random Titan who would transform into one of their comrades, and then they could have the coordinate for themselves. Honestly, what although as to what specifically they would want the coordinates, I guess that's probably going to be revealed in the next season, or hopefully season 4. And again, guys, I know season 3 is already on its way, but but again, I gotta reinforce, if you guys want this whole, if you want Attack on Titan to continue in anime form from beginning to end, then you just got to keep supporting it, guys. You got to save your pennies, just save your dollars, do whatever you can. Just you have to buy the anime, guys. But buying the manga isn't going to be enough. And yeah. One thing, one thing I really like about this episode is Jean. Now, because I feel the deeper Jean and Armin, like, I feel the deeper we get into the story, the more Jean and Armin become my favorite character. Because after the whole mission in order to rescue Eren was done, Jean and Armin were just telling him like it is, that he now has the power to control Titan. From what they've seen, he has the power to control Titans, and it's up to Eren in order to prove that all those lives lost weren't for nothing. So, Eren, you need to step the fuck up, stop whining like a little bitch, and start doing shit. Because, seriously, I guess this has been my main problem with Eren up to this point, is that he hasn't really even done much. Like, seriously, Eren, if you want to become my favorite, if you want to at least become somewhat of a competent character in my eyes, then start doing shit. Don't just, yeah. But, yeah. And at the final part of this episode, the truth has been revealed. Humans are being transformed into Titans. And I kind of had a feeling that this was going to be the whole... Like, again, I've read the manga, but even from an anime perspective, there are just so many fucking hints to this, honestly, that it wasn't even funny. Like, like, honestly, like, every little bit of this episode was just, like, it was just every single episode, I think, was kind of every single episode I watched, I think, in a way you could say it was building up to this. And, like, honestly, if you couldn't see this reveal coming, I don't know what you've been watching, because honestly, I saw this reveal coming like a mile fucking away. Like, it was just, yeah, the more we got into, the more I think especially the point where I really started to really question this, well, it was definitely around the time when we see Ymir's backstory and how she was transformed into a Titan, and was later transformed back after I guess eating Ymir, after eating Reiner Bertolt's I guess comrade or something. So yeah, I saw this whole thing coming a mile away. But then that also raises the question of who exactly is transforming these people into Titans. Is it someone inside the walls? I'm going towards maybe the Beast Titan, but I think I get the feeling it extends a little more beyond just the Beast Titan. I feel that there are many, many more people out there who have the knowledge and the ability to transform humans into Titans, and I think they're probably, if I had to guess, I'd say they're using that to create their own little Titan soldier army or something, Titan shifter soldier army or whatnot. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much my review for season 2, episode 12, the last episode of Attack on Titan season 2 until we move on to season 3 in 2018. It's honestly been one hell of a ride, guys. Like, again, I know this was only 12 episodes, but it was, for 12 episodes, it was well worth the wait, I'd say. I mean, I think there was a couple of bit of filler in this one, but hey, it was still good filler and whatnot. But as a whole, Attack on Titan season 2 has just been phenomenal, and I can't wait for season 3. But yeah, go ahead and tell me what you guys. Go ahead and tell me what you guys thought. What are your guys' experiences and thoughts on this whole season 2? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Leave it down in the comments below of your thoughts. But if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, or follow me on Twitter and Facebook. That's not an anime. Signing off. Later, guys. Ciao.